These are the best combos in Counter-Strike 2, and for this video we have a $300 budget, which is a pretty low budget when we look at skin prices in CS2, but some of these combos are so good, so make sure you watch until the end. First off, the Paracord Case Hardened Minimal Wear with the Broken Fang gloves, Yellow Banded in Field Tested. I'm not the biggest Paracord fan, but I still think this looks amazing. The absolute best one is Paran 521, but it is pretty expensive and hard to find, so you can just get any with a decent amount of gold for market price. And the price of this combo is $285. Next up, the Gut Autotronic Field Tested with the Moto Gloves Blood Pressure Well Worn. And when it comes to red combos on a budget, this one is one of my favorites. The gloves are well worn, but they aren't that scratched as you can see. But if you don't like the Gut though, I have another option coming in just a bit. And the price of this combo is $290. Next up, the Fauchen Bright Water Minimal Wear with the Specialist Gloves Mogul Field Tested. This one costs $289, and you can also do this one with the Huntsman. That is actually the most popular one for a relatively low budget, but I wanted to come up with a different one and I think it turned out pretty good. This video was sponsored by Skins Monkey, which is a trading platform where you can trade your old rusty CS2 skins for some new shiny ones in seconds. You just select the skins that you want to trade and the ones that you want to get. You click trade and it's done. If you use my code OZNI on the website, you get a bonus of up to $5 for free and a 35% bonus when buying balance. They also host giveaways in the freebies page, and link to Skins Monkey is in the description. Next up, the Stiletto Urban Mask Well Worn with the Mortal Glove Smoke Out in Battle Scarred. And I did not think I could fit a stiletto in this budget, and to be fair, the only reason I did was because it's well worn, which I don't advise for knives as it makes them pretty hard to sell or trade. So if you have the budget, do this one, but get at least the knife in Field Tested. The price of this one is $285. And then the Bowie Lore Field Tested with the Driver Gloves Overtake Field Tested. This is one of the cases where you can change the Bowie to any other knife with the Lore skin, and I think it will look just as good, because the handle and blade colors of the Lore will fit perfectly with these gloves. But if you get a Field Tested knife, make sure it's low float or it will be pretty scratched, and this one is $278. Next up, the Nomad Safari Mesh Minimal Wear with the Hand Wrap Spruce DD Pad in Field Tested. And I'm actually positively surprised by this one. I did not know that the Nomad could be this cheap, and despite being a safari mesh, which is arguably one of the worst knife finishes, I think it actually fits very well with these gloves, and the price of this one is $250. Next up, the Survival Crimson Web Field Tested with the Bloodhound Gloves Chariot in Field Tested as well. And this is another very nice option for a red combo, and this one is especially nice as the handle of the knife fits perfectly with the gloves, and the red of the knife also matches the red part of the gloves, so this one is really nice. The price is $275. Next up, the Gut Knife Tiger Tooth Factory New with the Sport Gloves Big Game in Battle Scarred, and this combo is like top 5 of the video for me for sure. The Tiger Tooth knives are overall pretty hard to combo with, but they look great with these gloves. Sadly, they have to be Battle Scarred to fit in this budget, and even still it's just on the budget for $299. Then we have the Kukri Knife Stained Well Worn with the Broken Fang Gloves Unhinged in Field Tested. And honestly, as I said before, I don't advise ever getting well worn skins as they are very hard to sell or trade, but this one is the best combo that you can do with the Kukri for this budget in my opinion, and the price is going to be around $282. Next up, the Flip Knife Rust Coat Battle Scar with the Hand Wraps Constrictor Field Tested, and this is a very simple combo, but it's the best rusty one for this budget. The gloves being Field Tested isn't bad as the scratches sort of fit the theme of the rust coat, and for the knife just get it with the highest float possible so that it looks more orange, and this combo is just $260. Next up, the Huntsman Knife Black Laminate Battle Scarred with the Driver Gloves Black Tie in Well Worn, and I advise getting these gloves in Field Tested as they are pretty scratched in Well Worn, but for this budget this is the best thing that I could do. You can change the knife to any other with the black laminate skin if you don't like the Huntsman, because they will all look good with these gloves, and the price of this one is $270. Next up, the Shadow Dagger Slaughter Factory New with the Moto Gloves Boom in Well Worn, and this is the last red combo of the video. I think the Slaughter skin goes very well with these gloves, but due to the $300 budget I had to choose the Shadow Daggers, which I personally hate to play with, but all of the other Slaughter knives will not fit in this budget, and this one in specific costs $282. Let me know which budget you want me to do next, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for daily CS2 content.